after that นะครับ we talk about in order to access the e-commerce นะครับ the first one we talk about like the stunning technological success because right now you can see that we have like so many technologies นะครับ that come and help supporting this kind of e-commerce even you use like something like the wearable device นะครับ those device you can put the e-business or e-commerce inside as well if you can connect those devices to the internet นะครับ you may be able to sell something like the cloud storage space you may sell some application you may sell some of the face or wallpaper of that device something like that นะครับ okay these are like the technological success early years there were a mix of business success นะครับ few early.com have survived as I told you during year 2000 it was .com crash นะครับ not many of them will survive for example yahoo.com right now you can still see it but it's not as popular as in the past นะครับ in the past Yahoo was like very successful it was similar to just like google.com because whenever you had to search for any information we had to go to yahoo.com to search but right now not any longer apart from that online sales growing rapidly people นะครับ can see the information on the website and purchase the product straight away sometimes you just launch a product in one day you can sell a lot of products online ครับ let's see assume that Apple just launch นะครับ just launch their new iPhone suppose they say that okay the launch date is 1st of October 2021 let's say okay on 1st of October I'm sure that there will be lots of order นะครับ through their new iPhone for sure online นะครับ apart from that one thousands of firms have failed and those few that have survived dominate the market นะครับ okay the idea of thousands of suppliers competing on price has been replaced by a market dominated by giant firms นะครับ okay instead of having small suppliers due to the effect of this intermediation where we eliminate the third party or third person นะครับ now the giant firms they try to just like dominate the market instead for example if you want to buy the products or services you want to buy the product from let's say Adidas or Nike by yourself นะครับ you don't need to just like buy it from the suppliers anymore นะครับ okay consumers use the web as a powerful source of information about products they often actually purchase through other channels such as a traditional store นะครับ okay sometimes we use like we use the website in order to search for the information before we purchase the product นะครับ in the department store or in the physical store this one นะครับ we call it as ropo effect okay ropo effect ropo effect stand for read online purchase offline you search the information from the internet first นะครับ you may read from review of other people นะครับ and then you just like go to purchase that product offline means that you go to that physical store to buy it for example suppose you say that okay you would like to buy a new smart watch okay and then you say that you are not sure which one that you would like to use or you should buy นะครับ you just like search for the information from the internet first นะครับ what is the comments นะครับ what is the review about this smartwatch and then when you have the ideas about it already then you just go back to the physical store to buy it or sometimes if you would like to buy a new pair of shoes นะครับ a new pair of shoes you can see that for I don't know hang on this one it depends นะครับ not I mean it's not always be the facts all the time. For example, for me myself, shoes is a product that I will not buy it online anymore. I have to tell you that anymore. Okay, what happened was I bought shoes นะครับ from online many times from different sellers นะครับ okay, even though each seller said that okay they have the size chart นะครับ on their website too, and then I just measure my foot size นะครับ compared to their size chart. It seems to be okay นะครับ then I order the shoes. Many times after I order I couldn't wear it because it's too tight and seems like it is the largest size that the shop has. Some of the shops say that okay it is on the promotion, so if you buy it you cannot return. So because in Thailand it's different from overseas นะครับ in some other countries, where in other countries some countries say that okay doesn't matter whether it's on sale or it's on the regular price, if you purchase it within 7 days you should be able to return if you has some problem with that one, or if you don't want it นะครับ you can return it, but you have to return in the good condition นะครับ okay, so many times that I bought shoes นะครับ I couldn't wear it, so that's why shoes นะครับ for me I may use the ripple effect to help. I did the research นะครับ on the internet first, that okay I'm interested in buying the shoes นะครับ for example for running shoes นะครับ and I say that okay I want to have a shoes that is quick dry. That means if I just like wash it, it must be easily dry นะครับ. and also apart from that one I said that it must absorb the weight of me นะครับ more than other model, something like that. So when I see like the comments and reviews of this model already, I just go to the department store นะครับ or to the sports goods store นะครับ like sorry not Power by Super Sport, let's say, and then I just like try it on นะครับ for those shoes in the model that I want to have นะครับ something like this. So it is the way that I just like use นะครับ it's the way that I use. Okay, role effect. Okay, thank you Jilayu นะครับ read no not read online, research online, purchase offline ครับ okay, role effect is research online, purchase offline นะครับ okay, right, so that is like the way that I do. But for you you may say that I don't mind, my fits are like quite standard นะครับ for the brand, then I can buy it. But anyway some other brands may use different standard as well. For example, normally if I buy pair of shoes from Nike or from Adidas, they are different size number. For example, on Nike I just wear it in size, let's say 13, but for Adidas 13 is not okay, it must be like 13.5 or 14, something like that. Even though they say that from the size chart it stated that okay the length of the feet are okay, but when you really wear it it doesn't work. So okay, this is the way that we use web as powerful source. The next thing many early visions not fulfilled นะครับ. If you remember that for the visions that we had, that we talk about like the business that we can just like reduce many of the intermediaries, reduce some price. Let's see what are like the visions that are not fulfilled. The first one, price dispersion. Price are sometimes lower online, but the low price are sometimes a function of entrepreneurs selling products below their cost. it doesn't reflect the real price นะครับ in some cases online prices are higher as consumers are willing to pay a small premium for the convenience of buying online. So this one is a price dispersion that might not reflect the real price according to the mechanism of the market นะครับ For example, if you would like to buy, let's say, what to say, a kilo of pork, let's say a kilo of pork, when you just like have a look on Big C นะครับ Big C websites or Tesco's or Lotus websites นะครับ the price might be different นะครับ but actually it is not the real mechanism of the pricing in the market. It's just because Tesco Lotus, sorry, not Tesco Lotus anymore, Lotus นะครับ would like to compete with Big C, so that's why they reduce the price นะครับ and they are the big company in the market นะครับ in the supermarket in Thailand, so that's why they can reduce the price because they have the capability to bargain นะครับ the price with the producer of those pork meat, something like that นะครับ so that's why this one the price are sometimes lower online, but it's not the function of the real cost นะครับ the next one concept of one world, one market, one price has not occurred in reality as entrepreneurs discover new ways to differentiate their products and services in each geographical area นะครับ so that means in the past, if you remember, I found that some luxury brand like Louis Vuitton นะครับ 20 years ago when they set up the price, they try to set up the price in each country to be the same, but difference were because of the currency exchange rate. But right now it's not true anymore because they try to just like set up the price according to what they want. In some countries where there are lots of tourists, they may increase the price to be over than like the area that people don't buy this product much, something like that. It is possible นะครับ and the next one นะครับ merchants have adjusted to the competitive internet environment by engaging in hit and run pricing or changing price every day or hour using flash pricing or flash sales that you have seen in like many shopping websites. So competitors never know what they are charging, neither do customers, we don't know as well, by making their prices hard to discover and sowing confusion among consumers. Sometimes the flat sales นะครับ on some platform, even though the customer get the cheaper price นะครับ but actually those kind of difference between the real price and the flash sale price must be compensated by the seller นะครับ seller in here doesn't mean the owner of the platform นะครับ you might be one of the store who sell with, let's say, Lazada, and Lazada might say that okay, if you want to be on the flash sale นะครับ you have to reduce the price to be, let's say, 5% at least cheaper than the real price. For example, if you say that okay, other companies or other platforms sell this product at 10 baht, then it means that your flash sale you have to show this product at 9 baht 50 star, something like that. And why do many merchants or sellers sell their products as a flash sale? Because they want to promote their store นะครับ when the customer would like to buy, let's say, a box of paper, okay, a box of paper นะครับ on the flash sale, regular price it was, let's say, 60 baht, but in the flash sale you sell it for 9 baht only, but you have like 50 items in the stock. If the customer who can be in the first one, in for one person out of 50%, they can buy this product. Or you may say that okay, one person can buy one product only if they just try to add more items นะครับ or more more item of the same product, the price will be recalculated, something like that ครับ so if you can be on a flash sale and the customer could not buy like 2 items from you, they may be interested in your store. They may click on your store and then save you as their favorite store first, and they can buy the product later on for some other products, or they just like come to have a look which day you have the flash sale again, something like that นะครับ so this is for promoting your store นะครับ not every store can just like sell on the flash sale นะครับ in many of the shopping platform your shop or your store นะครับ must sell the products นะครับ that are popular your product must be the top sale before, otherwise you cannot ask for being a part of the flash sale, something like that นะครับ so that's why this one doesn't reflect the real price of the product. It's just like one kind of promotion only นะครับ okay, so apart from these visions นะครับ brands remain very important in e-commerce anyway นะครับ because consumer trust some firms more than others to deliver a high quality product on time, and they are willing to pay for it. Okay, then it means that okay, if you want to build your brand, marketing is important. So that's why the cost of marketing is still the same นะครับ it's not reducing. You have to just like take some time to build your brand. Next, we said that the perfect competition นะครับ model of extreme market efficiency has not come to pass ครับ next, e-commerce has created many opportunities for middlemen for aggregate content, product, and services, and thereby introduce themselves as the new intermediaries. So if you remember, I tried to tell you that for having or by using the e-commerce, we should have this intermediation. That means we eliminate the third party, or sorry, not third party, third person or middleman. Okay, but anyway, the middleman try to change themselves or transform themselves into the new kind of intermediaries instead. For example นะครับ for example, you can see that okay, in the past, if we had to buy airline tickets, you had to go to travel agency นะครับ because normally we rarely buy the products. We rarely bought the airline tickets directly from the airlines. So when the time goes by นะครับ many airlines try to have or set up their website that customer can purchase the airline ticket by themselves นะครับ for example, if you go to airasia.com นะครับ you can buy the airline tickets by yourself. So this make the third person, the middleman นะครับ who is the travel agency นะครับ to be closing down นะครับ when the time goes by, you can see that if you go to AirAsia right now, apart from the airline tickets, you can also book the accommodation, you can also rent the car นะครับ you can also buy the insurance. So you can see that right now AirAsia, they try to work as the intermediaries as well, but this is the new kind of intermediaries that you thought that we don't have any intermediaries already, but actually they still have, because actually some of the products or services, if it's not belong to that company, when they have to just like be a third person นะครับ to provide that services or products to the customer นะครับ you have to pay for them anyway. For example, sometimes they come in form of the transaction fee or service fee นะครับ in order to provide you for the car rental, for the accommodation นะครับ something like that. Okay, we will talk about the structure of this kind of intermediation next on นะครับ next นะครับ for other surprises, the first mover advantage นะครับ appears to have succeeded only for very small group of companies only นะครับ able some of them extremely well known, such as Google, Facebook, Amazon, and others. And for fast follower advantage, the firms with the right complement of financial, marketing, legal, and production assets needed to develop mature markets. And this has proved true for e-commerce as well, for the fast follower. The next one, startup costs, not lower than traditional physical in some cases. We still have it. And impact of mobile platform, impact of mobile platform. Understanding of personal behavior than even Google has achieved. Because of what? If you use mobile platform, normally, when you use a mobile, normally it belongs to you. No other people use the same mobile as yours. 99%. It's different from the computer because of what? Let's think about the computer lab. In the computer lab in MUIC, if you use the computer lab on 5th floor or use computer lab on a building, those computer labs are not for you only. Or sometimes if you say that, okay, just you use this computer lab, just our class use this computer lab, but in different time or in different lecture, you may sit in different seat. That means you use different computer. While the mobile platform, it make personalization to become successful because normally, if the mobile phone is stick to one IP address only, they know who you are. So that means your personal behavior normally they can forecast for what will happen if they promote like this, or what product or what kind of products that you usually buy from their application, something like that. And next one, emergence of on-demand e-commerce that enable people to use their mobile device to order up everything from taxis to groceries to laundry service. Okay, next. To understand the e-commerce organizing themes in terms of technology, we'll be able to develop and master the digital computing and communication technology. For when we talk about e-commerce, we have to think about these kind of aspects. In terms of business, what are new technologies present businesses with new ways of organizing its production and transacting the business? We may just like go to e-commerce in that direction, or in terms of society. When we talk about e-commerce, we always have to think about intellectual property, individual privacy. Like some of you asked me or mentioned about the data privacy before. When the companies just like track of your preferences, something like that. And also public welfare policy as well. That is about like the e-commerce or e-business that we have got. For example, in many countries, including Thailand, you can see that once the vaccine for COVID-19 was first launched, you could book those vaccination through some applications. It appears in most almost every country around the world. This is the e-commerce about the public welfare. Philips internet dieอาจารย์ oh rest in peace the internet. Okay ครับ acknowledge ครับสุจินนา right, I hope that he can just like come back very soon. Okay, right, after that we talk about the trends in e-commerce that are major trends. The first one business trends. Business trend include all form of e-commerce show very strong growth. What kind of e-commerce that can be like very strong growth when we just like have to think about like the kind of e-business or e-commerce that we are going to create it or to have. For example, in the past, you could see that, okay, the retail store was good นะครับ when the time goes by we had like the retail store but we had just like some website that work as the intermediary but it looks like the shopping center or department store like Lazada นะครับ or Shopee and when the time goes by instead of buying the physical products people start selling their digital products instead including like some businesses like the music business or music industries as well for example you can see that in the past okay if the music track that we would like to listen นะครับ they came in terms of the solo DVD or solo CD something like that and it took some times in order to ship from overseas to our country when the time goes by in each country we needed to have the representative นะครับ to produce that product and sell it as the licensed one นะครับ but right now you can see that it becomes digital นะครับ and I mean like if you would like to have this นะครับ it's almost for free นะครับ on most of the music นะครับ except you would like to have some high quality นะครับ or if you would like to purchase it นะครับ to own a copy of that music track you can purchase it directly นะครับ from some platform นะครับ for example it's you might just like go to some music platform like Deezer something like that or you may go to Spotify in order to just download นะครับ that music with a high quality but I mean like in for free version it is just like world premiere that everyone can watch at the same time for example Lisa นะครับ when she launched her like solo track นะครับ music track on around like a week ago นะครับ so everyone like had a lot of just like it impacts like people almost like a lot of people around the world about this นะครับ this one it can be just like the strong growth and in terms of technology trends นะครับ this one include mobile platform นะครับ mobile platform has made mobile e-commerce reality and for social trend นะครับ social trends it include online social interaction and sharing people can make even their like what to say demonstration on the internet as well นะครับ or sometimes when we don't have anything that is when we have got anything that is not fair นะครับ in the past we may have we had to just like I don't know sometimes you don't have you don't know the way in order to just like distribute this message but right now okay you can see that one way that we could do is that we can post on Instagram we can post on Twitter or something like that to let like other people who support the same ideas as yours in order to just like express their idea as well นะครับ this is societal trends and after that นะครับ we talk about the evolution of corporate computing นะครับ so this one in the past นะครับ mainframe computer since 1950 to 1975 นะครับ the business application that we use on mainframe at that time was transaction automation payroll and account receivable นะครับ after that period นะครับ mini computer started from 1970 to 1980 the size was smaller นะครับ and the price was cheaper too the mainframe computer I remember that when I start working นะครับ with the corporate before one set of mainframe computer นะครับ the cheapest one was 40 million baht นะครับ it's around like more than 20 years ago นะครับ almost let's see yeah more than 25 years ago the cheapest was 40 million baht the expensive one was more than 100 million baht per one set of mainframe computer นะครับ but when it came to the period of mini computer one set นะครับ it was around like 4 million นะครับ to 10 million baht นะครับ per one set of mini computer so but the size was a lot smaller than mainframe computer because for the mainframe computer, we have to use like many rooms in order to put the mainframe computers in. But for mini computer, it's just one room, fit in one room. But the size of the mini computer is around like like a refrigerator, something like that, smaller than that. Okay. If you just like want to think about mini computer, is around like 4 to 5 cubic foot refrigerator, some size like that. This one was used for business function automation, marketing, human resource, and design as well, similar to mainframe computer. From 1980s to present, it is the per PC, desktop automation, word PC, spreadsheet, and databases. And then since 1980, we started having the LAN, client server computing. So we could have the application for workgroup automation, document sharing, project management, messaging, and email. And after that, since 1990 to present, it's enterprise-wide computing. We start having server, and we have like many computers connected to those servers through the network. We can have enterprise-wide automation like resource planning system, integrated finance, manufacturing system, or human resource planning. One of the example of the enterprise-wide computing is like SAP system, or SAP system that we can use for almost every single functions in the company. And the last one that we've got is internet and web mobile platform cloud computing. This one started from 95 to current, to present. We start having industrial system automation, supply chain management, customer relationship management, channel management system, web and cloud services. Because apart from having the server for your company, we start like using or migrating many of the information system into the cloud base instead, so that you don't need to have like many servers in the organization, but you use the cloud service in many of the tasks instead. Okay, so now after we talk about this, the internet and the web, and the emergence of mobile platform, it holds together, it holds together by the internet cloud. This is the latest in a chain of evolving technologies, and it related to business application, each of which builds on its predecessor. So that means in the past, when we had the enterprise-wide computing and LAN, local area network server computing, back to the mainframe computers. Right now, when we have the mobile platform, talking about one easy apps that I think almost all of you have in this class, that is mobile banking. Suppose you would like to connect to the mobile banking to transfer the money to your friend, or to transfer the money to the seller to buy something. Your information, the balance of the account actually currently is still stored in the mainframe computer of the bank, because mainframe computer is the most secure computer. So that's why right now, most of the banks around the world are still using mainframe computers. The mobile platform built on the predecessor, that is mainframe computers data as well, because I mean, like, in order to have the mobile banking, the data from mainframe computer will be sent into the server for the mobile banking server first, and then you can just like use this application in order to transfer the money, in order to just like check the balance directly. But I mean, like, for your mobile banking directly, you don't connect to the mainframe computer straight away. The things that we do is that we connect to our mobile banking server first, and the mobile banking server, we have the routine. For example, once you withdraw the money, it's transfer the command and data to mainframe computers by itself, not by the users. Okay, now let's talk about the insights, the insight of on society about Facebook and the age of privacy นะครับ Okay, now I just want some I just want you to help sharing your idea นะครับ so the first one นะครับ why are social network sites interested in collecting user information? Can somebody tell me? Just share your idea ครับ Why are social network sites interested in collecting users information ครับ
Suppose in their own words, it's mostly to improve their own sales, but I suppose it's also to get a certain control over the user as well.
Shakira, what do you think? Thank you, Atiwat. Shakira. Hello, Shakira, are you here? I think she's gone. Hasadin ครับ
Yes.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm to be able to know what we prefer and make and sell ads that that are relevant to us.
Jirayu ครับ
I think it's for targeted ad as well.
Targeted ads, right? Okay. นัทนิชาครับ นัทนิชา are you here? No, I think she's hello นัทนิชา Yeah, what do you think?
For the more advertising to other people.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you clearly.
For letting more people know about like the advertising.
About advertising. นภัสครับ
So they can customize their advertisement to find the perfect, not the perfect, but our preferable as for us.
Right, okay.
So we can get more attracted and buy their products.
Right. Okay. So you know their intention, right? Most of you answer in the same way, that they want to use your information for advertisement, or to targeted ads, something like that. Apart from that one, for your information, it makes their platform smarter, not just the advertisement. Apart from that, do you agree? The information that they collect, they can sell to other people too. For some information that is revealable, that is not about like the privacy ones. So that means, for example, because right now I'm doing a research with like the psychiatrist in at Sirat Hospital. We are developing the chatbot. The more people chat with the chatbot, it makes the chatbot smarter. So you can see that those information, we just like collect the speech, or the text that customer type in. This is not private. This is not private data. It's just general data of users, same as the users who use Facebook, who use Instagram. We may want to know that, okay, what kind of pictures that people usually post. People in different geographical area, something like that. So it makes let's say we talk about like Instagram, okay, better, because for example, if we say that, okay, you cannot keep every single photos from users around the world in one server, we may say that we have to divide the servers in different region. For example, if we know that, okay, people in Thailand and in Singapore, we usually store the pictures about like food, let's say, and selfies. then we may say that, okay, this kind of pictures we store in the server in the regional server, like for example, in Singapore, something like that. And it makes the users to access the data quicker, something like that. And we say that, okay, we collect and we know the size of approximate pictures that, okay, what size of the picture that users usually store, something like that, so that we can just like let the server to be smart enough in order to just like analyze and collect the data in this one. Okay, so that means, okay, they collect user information for targeting you into some advertisement or to some programs that they want to have, and also they just like use to improve the quality of their service as well, or they may sell those product or services in what to say, in other countries too, in other companies too. The next one, what types of privacy invasion are described in the case? This one, because we don't have this case study. In this one, we talk about the privacy invasion is about just like when the website try to collect your information without asking. This is important that you have to know. Is e-commerce any different than traditional markets with respect to privacy? Dot merchant always want to know their customer. For the e-commerce, and difference between e-commerce and traditional markets, Napat, what do you think? Is e-commerce any different than traditional market with respect to privacy? Yes or no?
I think it's different, but I think it's no different. Both e-commerce and traditional markets want to know their customer, but with different means of getting their information on their customer. Whereas the e-commerce, the customer is willingly give their information to the company and the market. Whereas in traditional markets, the merchant has to get their information on the customer on their own.
Okay. Rin Radiporn, what do you think about this issue? Is e-commerce any different than traditional market?
I think it's the way of getting the information. Like on e-commerce, they can get it from like the first question, like collecting from social network and stuff. But from traditional, they have to maybe like kind of ask or like kind of use psychological way to get it.
Okay.
And yes, they both want to know their customer preference.
Right. Okay. Natakan, how do you protect your privacy on the web? Natakan, are you here? No. Nichanan, what do you think? How do you protect your privacy on the web?
I think that the way that I'm protect my privacy is that I will not like put the privacy information in the website. Like if it's not necessary, I will not put my privacy information into that website. Yeah.
Okay. For the previous question, Adiwat said that much easier to collect info. Yes, including those without consent or knowledge of the customer on the online platform. Yeah. And for the last question here, how do you protect? You should just like read about like the information that they collect and about the consent as well นะครับ before you make a decision. Sometimes if you're not happy, there will be like lots of websites นะครับ or e-business that you can purchase products or services นะครับ then you just go to another website instead. If the website you are just like trying to buy the products or services from them, they just like try to collect the information นะครับ and try to violate your privacy นะครับ just like go to another website instead. Now นะครับ let's move on to the last slide นะครับ of this module. The academic disciplines that concern with the technology about the e-commerce นะครับ and e-business in terms of technical นะครับ computer science, management science, and information systems นะครับ these disciplines related to e-commerce นะครับ and in terms of behavioral of the e-commerce นะครับ about information system research, economics, marketing, management, finance and accounting, and sociology นะครับ these are related to the technology, the e-commerce technology นะครับ okay, right, so that should be all for this module นะครับ this handout. Okay, up to this point, do you have any questions ครับ anyone? All right, so if you don't have any question now นะครับ let me just like assign the work to you นะครับ let me just like show you my screen just a bit นะครับ just won't be long. Okay, so if you have a look on my screen นะครับ you should see this part นะครับ e-commerce case number 1 นะครับ this is the case study that I would like you to do นะครับ let's see the structure of the case a bit. The structure of the e-commerce case here นะครับ consists of the text in the case first นะครับ and normally it's end up with the questions นะครับ the case study questions. In this case study we have 3 questions altogether นะครับ so what would I like you to do นะครับ from now on I would like you to form a team of 3 นะครับ a group of 3 students, a group of 3 students นะครับ in order to do the case study นะครับ in order to do the case study นะครับ so what are we going to do นะครับ for the case study I want you to do like this ครับ I want you to summarize the case first นะครับ and type it, might be in the Word document นะครับ and then you answer the case question นะครับ so when you just like finish these 2 parts นะครับ normally I just like give you the time to do that, and on the next class I will let you to report the case. When you report the case นะครับ it will be random นะครับ it will be random, or sometimes every team has to report นะครับ so when you have to report, firstly you have to summarize the case นะครับ for the whole class first นะครับ. this one I just put it as a standard because in some modules นะครับ in some topics we have more than 1 case. so when we have more than 1 case, normally I assign 1 case per 1 team นะครับ. that means other team might not know what is this case about. You have to like explain to them นะครับ just summarize the case, and after that you just read out the question and then just like report your answer นะครับ what you answer นะครับ for this question, and after that you make that file นะครับ the Word document or the what to say pages, or you may have just like what to say Google Docs, something like that. Just save it as PDF file and then submit this work to me นะครับ. Please also specify member name and student ID as well, so that I know who is in your team นะครับ. okay, so in this one นะครับ in this one for the first case study นะครับ I want you to finish and submit it by Wednesday นะครับ. Please submit it by Wednesday. So that means I don't prepare the submission button for you yet นะครับ. It will be ready for you on Wednesday นะครับ. so please I mean like for any of you who don't know each other, I mean if we cannot form group of 3 นะครับ, you may just like use my you can use our line group นะครับ to advertise your team นะครับ and recruit the member of your team in there นะครับ so on Wednesday we will begin with the presentation นะครับ of the case study number 1 by you ครับ you can have one person นะครับ in the group to present or you can just like assign each question นะครับ to each member of the group as well นะครับ I don't mind ครับ okay